A man was sick of being overweight and wanted to lose some fat. He calls a company and orders their 5-day, 5 pounds weight loss program. The next day, there's a knock on the door, and he saw a beautiful 19-year-old girl there with a sign around her neck that reads, "If you can catch me, you can have me." Without a second thought, he takes off after her. A few miles later, he finally gives up. The same girl shows up for the next 4 days. On the 5th day, he weighs himself and saw he has lost 5 pounds. He calls the company and orders their 5-day, 10 pounds program. The next day, there's a knock at the door, and when he opened it, he saw a really sexy woman with a sign around her neck that reads, "If you catch me, you can have me." He does his best to catch her, but couldn't do so. So for the next 4 days, the same routine happens. On the 5th day, he already had lost 10 pounds. He calls the company again to order their 7-day, 25 pounds program. "Are you sure? This is our toughest program," the rep asks. He replied, "Absolutely, haven't felt this much better in years." The next day, there's a knock at the door, and when the guy opens it, he finds a huge, naked, muscular guy standing there with a sign around his neck that reads, "If I catch you, you are mine." He lost 33 pounds that week. A man with a 25-inch-long manhood goes to his doctor. He said to the doctor, "Hey, doc, I cannot live with this penis. 25 inches is just too much. Is there anything you can do for me?" The doctor replies, "Medically, son, there is nothing I can do. But I do know this witch, who may be able to help you." So the doctor gives him directions to the witch. The man calls upon the witch and relays his story. "Witch, my penis is 25 inches long and I need your help to shorten it." The witch scratches her head and replies, "I think I may be able to help you. Go deep into the forest. You will find a pond. In this pond, you will find a frog sitting on a log. This frog has magic. You say to the frog, 'Will you marry me?' When the frog says no, you will lose 5 inches. The man dashed off into the forest. There, he called out to the frog, "Will you marry me?" The frog looked at him and replied, "No." The man looked down and saw that his penis was 5 inches shorter. He was happy, but 20 inches was still too long, so he asked the frog again, "Frog, will you marry me?" The frog screamed back, "No." The man again lost 5 inches. The man laughed and said, "This is fantastic." He looked down and says, 15 inches is still a monster. Just a little less will be ideal. He again yelled at the frog, "Frog, will you marry me?" The frog looked back at him and said, "How many times do I have to tell you? No, no, no!"